Nintendo!
Hey everyone, welcome back with Beano Mac, where today we're going to continue our Star Fox Assault playthrough on the Nintendo GameCube. Let's go wild.
Looks like almost all the Aparoids have been wiped out.
Sauria should be safe for a long time to come.
Fox!
Tricky!
Fox! Krystal! I knew you'd come! Thank you so much!
Tricky! So heavy! Ouch!
So, Fox, you're here to fight him, right? Well, I'm going with you!
I appreciate it, but you're needed here, old pal. Besides, I'm leaving Sauria in your care. Remember, you're the leader here now, Tricky.
Okay. I'll do it! Yeah! I'll take care of things here, so you two can come back on your honeymoon!
What are you, nuts? We're not yet,
Not yet!
I mean, this isn't a conversation for children.
You said you weren't gonna treat me like a kid anymore!
Then stop acting like one.
You're just mad because you don't want to talk about it!
All right, that's enough, boys.
Everyone, heed closely what I'm about to say. While you were on Sauria, a colossal Aparoid armada appeared. The majority of the Cornerian defense fleet was decimated.
No! How could this happen? While we were busy, they...
The one silver lining is that you are all okay. You're our last hope, Star Fox. The invasion is progressing at an incredible speed.
Rob, what are the conditions on the surface?
Radar jammers are in place. Radar use is impossible. Dang it!
The enemy is using radar jamming devices based on technology we know nothing of.
That's not important. We can still demolish them.
Possibly, but you must attack them directly from the surface. Please, Fox, I'm all ready.
General? General Pepper!
Oh no! He's in serious trouble.
Forget this. I'm going planetside to take out the radar jammers.
What? Going solo again?
We can't take the risk of all of us getting killed, can we? If I don't make it back, I want you to go next.
Yeah, whatever. Just get out of here and smash those blasted radar jammers, will you?
Did they say this is Corneria? This is Fox. I'm going to destroy the radar jammers.
Don't worry about all the enemies. Concentrate your fire on the radar jammers.
Understood.
Damn. Corneria honestly looks beautiful. This is an awesome level. I kind of irritated that I wasn't able to see it before. I've seen it in Smash Bros. I've seen it in Star Fox 64, like screenshots and stuff like that. But man, this is a beautiful rendition of this map. This looks like a beautiful goddamn futuristic city. In a weird way, wouldn't it be kind of cool if they combined F-Zero and Star Fox? Like imagine if they had on Team Star Fox, they had Captain Falcon. That dude just fucking appeared. That dude just freaking appeared out of nowhere. But I mean, yeah, imagine that. That'd be the team up, man. Fox and Falcon. Not Falco, but Falcon. I think his name was Doug, right? Doug Falcon? I think it was in like a comic or something they described that or something. But yeah, they definitely have a lot of similarities. So it looks like I have to destroy these target things, and if I get too close, my butt will be annihilated. So I don't know, we gotta figure this out. So I think I have infinite time on this one. Yeah. But hopefully it shouldn't take me too long, I imagine, right? I mean, these are usually pretty short levels, 15 minutes. But But yeah, last episode I did talk about, you know, Star Fox and where it was as a series, and yeah, it seems like hopefully we get new games at some point. I was really hoping, more games I was hoping to see on Switch. I was hoping to see a lot of, like, it's cool to have new things, but I would have loved to see revivals of certain series as well, or maybe not even necessarily revivals, but just new additions to series that were, you know, legacy series and stuff like that. You know, I think it would have been cool to have a Punch-Out. You know, ever since Little Mac came out on the, you know, Smash for Wii U, I've always wanted to play a Punch-Out. He's one of my favorites, so I don't know. It made sense on the Wii because, you know, they had the motion controls and stuff like that. But I mean, Punch-Out used to be kind of a big deal. I mean, it wasn't just the one game like Tyson's. It was a whole that Super Punch-Out and stuff like that. I don't know. I would prefer something a little more modern, I guess. Which, even if it was in the old style, I mean, that'd be pretty cool. But I don't know. I kind of don't. I'm not the biggest fan of the NES or SNES games. I'm kind of a GameCube guy, and I mean a Nintendo 64 GameCube guy. That kind of whole deal. So I'd prefer it. It felt like at a certain point in the Switch is. So I'm trying to concentrate on this dude. There we go. So I felt like at one point in the Switch's lifespan that they were kind of like redoing old franchises a little bit and reinventing them. That's what the Switch really felt like to me. Everything was being reinvented. You know, Mario Odyssey, Breath of the Wild especially, which, you know, technically that's a Wii U game. But man, oh man. I mean, I was hoping for a Punch-Out. You know, I think an issue with a lot of games too, like Star Fox, I believe, the original one, was kind of like it wasn't a tech demo, but a lot of games that people like, they were like things to show off what the systems were capable of. So I believe the first Star Fox was to show that the SNES was capable of the 3D polygons or something like that. You know, Wii Sports, you know, that was a very awesome series as a kid. But I mean, that was essentially just to show off what the motion controls on the Wii could do. So now we have like, jeez, I can't even, like Switch Sports, and they got rid of the Mii's and stuff like that. I think they're trying to disassociate from the Wii as much as possible, and a lot of people are not happy with that. Unfortunately, like I get, you know, not wanting to have anything to do with the Wii, but man, still wish we had the Mii's. I mean, we have them where you can create them, but I mean, what's the point? You can't do anything with them other than, you know, Smash Bros. Ultimate. I'm sure that's probably the only reason they came back, honestly, is so that every fighter could come back in that game. But I don't know. That's probably a lie or something like that. That's probably a conspiracy theory. But I mean, like, to not have them playable in those Switch sports games, P.U. And then I don't think F-Zero. I think F-Zero was also something like, I think that was created to show off like the power of like the SNES and like, you know, show like, look at how we can create this super fast futuristic racer and have no issues with at all with it and all this other stuff, and people fell in love with it. And I think the GameCube in particular, unfortunately, the GameCube has a lot of underrated titles that are awesome. You know, Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door, of course, that's always gotten its flowers, and it's getting its flowers more now than it did back in the day. What the heck? Stop attacking me. That is doing a lot more damage than I thought. Yeah, I'm not a sweaty guy. I'm not very usually good at aiming in these games.
Watch out for enemies behind you too, Fox. Watch out for the enemies lurking behind the
bear with me, folks. I'm sure if you've been watching my playthrough, you know that already. Look how those trees are just kind of planted in the middle of that metal field there. But to continue my point from what I was saying, you know, obviously there's the Paper Mario: Thousand-Year Door, Luigi's Mansion, you know, the Wind Waker, the Twilight Princess. You know, they had a lot of good games that were underrated. Pikmin, for example. Animal Crossing is where it came out, but they had a lot of games around this time that you can tell by looking at them They was kind of just, alright, well, we need a new game in the series for it, you know, let's push out another title for it, type deal, rather than really thinking it through and having a grand idea for it. And I think Nintendo as a whole realizes that now. Oh no, oh no, 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 no. I got a sliver. Man, this one guy. There we go.
Excellent, Fox. Take out the
I hope there's some health
stragglers as
packs nearby. I can't help Krystal. But, yeah, I think that's kind of an issue with Star Fox. I don't think this game, an issue a lot of people have with it. Come on, we can make it, we can make it. Something. But I think an issue that people had with it was it kind of didn't expand on things as much. I love this Aparoid story though. I'm definitely digging it. I love this game a lot. I like how the on foot is much more of a factor in it rather than jeez Louise, man. Take it easy. I love how this on foot factor is a lot more of the game rather than just like an extra thing like it was apparently in Star Fox 64. Like if you beat the game in a certain way or it's doing some special thing in the game, you can do like on foot sections maybe in the multiplayer or something. I'm not too up to date on the details, so forgive me on that, but I know there was apparently on foot mode in Star Fox 64 that you could play. But I think F-Zero GX, you know, I think that was pretty cool. It was kind of like a mission mode and stuff like that, but I don't know. I mean, it's just, I think at this point, like the PS1 era, I think it kind of showed a lot of like what games could be capable of, and then the PS2 era, I mean, I don't know, some games like that, you know, that you have to really expand on the games, you know, and I think a lot of these games kind of felt more arcadey at this time. Some of them did. But I don't know, that's just my theory. So, I mean, you guys can sound down below in the comments what you think, why some of these franchises haven't come back, why you think maybe they didn't do as well in the GameCube. And, you know, GameCube didn't have the best sales either, but once again, I mean, I don't think Nintendo really, they had some good games, but I don't think they gave people what they wanted or expected, and the PS2 did. So, you know, you can't really hold that against them. Or, I mean, you have to hold that against them. You guys know, I don't know how to form complete sentences. Especially not when I'm playing games. Right. See him. Ah, ooh. Oh, take it easy.
Good luck, Fox.
Jeez Louise. These guys are kicking my butt. I think I got... Never mind. I thought I was getting the idea, but I still got hit a few times. Alright. Phew.
Doing great, Fox.
As long as you keep a good enough distance away from them, you know, they'll show up and you'll be able to get them before they get you. That one kicking my fat butt, though. It's just like this guy. I don't know, I'm probably just not as patient as I should be, and I should be dodging more and waiting for opportunities and whatnot. But I would be curious to hear, I mean, what you guys think that the next Star Fox the next entry in the Star Fox franchise, you know, what that should be, you know, what it would entail to you. What do you think they could do to maybe freshen up the series and, you know, once again, make it I feel like they have to be, especially with the Switch and, you know, the stuff with Breath of the Wild and Odyssey and all that sort of stuff. I feel like, oh no. I feel like they need to make everything bigger. Not open world necessarily. I mean, it worked with a lot of games, you know, like Kirby the Forgotten Land, and, you know, I'm not going to keep mentioning games that I've already said, but you get the idea, the open world formula. But I don't know, I mean, we're going on to what people call the Switch 2 at this point, so I don't know, I don't even know what to expect of the new console. I mean, that's kind of the Nintendo way, but alright, we got it.
Now we can use radar.
So maybe I'll talk about that next video.
Find it on your radar.
I guess this is just what we gotta do here.
All we can do is hope for his safety.
Alright, so what the square girl is going on here? That wasn't the end?
Now we can mop these things up.
Alright, so maybe we will talk about Nintendo's upcoming console. I mean, people say they're gonna wait until after the holiday season and stuff like that, which makes sense. But I think when you already have people talking about, like, okay, yeah, you know, they're gonna have a new console, over and over.
Ah! What the? Oh. Guess I let my guard down.
You're a pitiful sight, pup.
Huh? A wolfing? Wolf! Ah! Yeah! Wolf! What are you doing here?
You're the one who dropped in unannounced. And if anyone's gonna tan your hide, it's gonna be me.
Right. Wolf.
Wipe that stupid look off your mug. We're not done yet.
Alright, this is actually pretty cool. I don't know exactly what's going on, but
Don't disappoint me. What are you waiting for? Don't worry about it.
I don't know exactly what's going on, but I'm enjoying it.
Go ahead and blunder.
Yeah, I mean, as far as their next console goes, I mean, you know, they're gonna wait till after the holiday season and stuff like that, but once you already kind of have so many people saying, oh, they're gonna come out with a new one, you know, yada yada yada, I mean, I feel like people are just gonna keep waiting because they're actually expecting it. But I mean, for the most part, that's just clickbait titles, you know, to get the views of, like, yeah, you know, new Switch 2 for, you know, information. Yeah, so guys, we already know that the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to come at some point. Did you know that the Switch 2 is actually going to be a new Nintendo console? Yeah, and it's going to come out at some point within the next 10 years. Can you believe it? I don't know, it's just like the GTA 6 rumors were worse than that, though. That's the worst, you know, clickbait stuff of all time. I'm sure they're still going on.
Hey! Fox, the rest of them are
You know, like something, like I can already see it, you know, somebody making GTA 6 new feature, and it's just like, well guys, we have confirmation that tennis is in fact going to return, you know, as the side minigame, and GTA 6 is going to be fantastic, guys. Yeah, GTA 6 is going to be the greatest GTA game of all time. Stupid stuff like that, but I don't know, I'm kind of curious, because a lot of people keep calling it the Switch 2, and you know, I mean, that's kind of what everybody expects, because the original Switch was so popular, and they think that it's going to be the same exact thing, with just more powerful hardware. I don't know about that. I have to wonder, is that truly the case? Because, I mean, Nintendo, they tried to expand it with the Wii U a little bit, so I kind of get it, but I feel like that's not always the case. You know, I mean, the Wii U was essentially like the predecessor to the... Well, it wasn't essentially, it was the predecessor to the Switch, but it was like the prototype. I mean, the Switch was pretty much a better version of the Wii U, and the reason why that was the case is because, like, the Wii U just kind of failed. So they kind of went at it in a new way and rebranded it and all this other stuff. So I don't know, I have to wonder, is it because they also have like the Steam Deck and all sorts of other things that kind of have done the Switch, but like, you know, apparently better just with the games you can play. So I don't know, I have to wonder, I mean, would it be smart for Nintendo to just release a more powerful Switch, essentially? I know that's what everybody wants, but is that really the Nintendo way? I mean, there's got to be some crazy out of left field gimmick that nobody's gonna expect, and it's either gonna be the greatest thing ever because it's like, wow, that's genius, how nobody could have ever thought of that, how do you even think of that? Or it's gonna be like, dude, come on, like, why do I have to, you know, sit down while I'm like my character's sitting down on the screen for more interactivity or something like that, or something stupid like that, or, you know, like, what is with this, I have to breathe into the freaking mic so my character breathes in the game or something like that, or something stupid like that, I don't know. Something goofy. But who knows? I mean, that's kind of the excitement about, the new consoles and whatnot, but something I think that's going to really affect Nintendo. They got the Switch, it was kind of their, revival, but I think we've seen in recent, once the Switch was successful, they're kind of doing that thing with that all console companies do every single time when they're like the ones in the lead and in charge, then they start to get anti-consumer, we've seen, at first the Switch was popular and, it had free online, then we had to pay for online, but we got like subscription services and stuff like that. The internet's not very good, but also,
Unknown vessel approaching at high speed.
Another enemy?
Hold it. That silhouette. Is that the General's flagship?
Is that you, Fox? Too late. The Aparoids.
General, it can't be.
They took me. My body is no longer under my control. No. This is my final request. Destroy this ship. Destroy me.
Don't say that. I can't.
You would make me an accomplice to these fiends? That's the truth of it. Accept it, Fox.
Why? Why is this happening? No!
Uh-oh. Poor General Pepper. It's actually pretty heart-wrenching. This is a pretty good story so far. But to finish my point is whenever they're on top, they usually make a mistake for a generation. Then they go down, and they get beat by another console company that actually cares about the consumer to build their trust again, and because they get greedy and stuff like that. And then it's just so this chances are this might be like this next console, this Nintendo, or might just be jerks or whatever, and be anti-consumer more than they usually are, and it might be their downfall for this console generation, but then they'll build up the trust next one. I mean, it's just kind of like, look at all the other consoles and stuff like that, the freaking the PlayStation did good for the PS1 and the PS2, but then they got a little big for their britches on the PS3, and Xbox went out because it was just a cheaper option, and you had to pay for online, but they had great games and memorable experiences for people and all that other stuff. And they ended up winning that generation, I believe, even though Sony was beginning to come back. Maybe they did beat them overall, but they definitely were coming back by the end of it. But I think it was just the price tag was like the issue at that time for PlayStation 3. Another one, like even now, like PS4, the PS5 was going to be the, this great, awesome system. I don't even know anything about the Series X. I just know people don't really play it very well. Xbox is the worst at naming their consoles. Because, like, nobody ever, especially adults and stuff like that. But I'll probably go on more about this topic next video because I'm running out of time for this one. So, I mean, they were on top and they had the Xbox One. But looks like that's going to be all for today, folks. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure to check out next week's episode. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe. But above all else, please remember having a nice day.
General Pepper! Peppy!
General, are you all right?
Is that you, Peppy? What have you done?
Looks like I'll never make retirement now.
Peppy,
Contact the medical corps. One way or another, my duty's done.
I owe you my life on that one, Wolf. Thanks.
I thought I told you. I didn't come here to save you.
Even so.
So how long you plan on taking up space on my wing?
Oh,
Fox, let me give you one piece of advice. Don't hesitate. When the time comes, just act.